This morning. Who
Yes.
we got with us today, sir?
We have a anointed minstrel who can write like nobody else.
Uh-huh.
And he comes from a wonderful family whose uncle was one of my favorite preachers in the whole wide world.
Uh-huh.
He was a
Uh-huh.
pastor in San Diego, his uncle.
Hallelujah.
And he's from the Nelson clan,
The
none
Ne- the
other.
Nelson.
Oh, yes.
The Nelson.
The Nelson. That
Yes.
name means a lot in San
Yeah,
Diego.
I know Sister Nelson who lived here.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And growing up, they just meant a lot to us.
Yes.
So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we have none other than Mr. Jonathan Nelson.
Jonathan, how
morning.
you doing, man?
I'm great. Good morning, guys. I apologize for being just a few minutes behind schedule. We needed the password to get in so I could talk to you wonderful gentlemen this morning. First of all, let me tell you this. I need to take you on the road so you can be my introducer everywhere I go, because that introduction was beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
This is an emotional day. You can't make me cry because my uncle is my absolute favorite man.
I got chill bumps, and I'm being serious. His daughter is close to me. I coached Andrew, and I was campus security with Dree. So I'm close to the family, and your uncle, you're gonna make me cry, was very, very dear. I mean, he was apostolic and I was coaching, but he never distinguished anything. That man just loved me and spoke into my life. And I am here today as a result of some of his prayers and spoken words. So you are like family to me. Thank you for being here.
It is my honor. I am absolutely honored to be here. I never ever take it for granted. My uncle and my dad, they're very dear to me. They have trained us up in the way of God, and they have led us in the path of holiness and righteousness.
Yes.
And literally, I'm doing what I'm doing because of those two influences. My father was our spiritual base in our family. Not that my uncle wasn't, but my uncle, he was more inspirational as it relates to charisma
Right.
and the music side.
Yes.
My dad don't really sing, but my uncle, he's like, he dance, he sing, he does it all.
Oh my God.
So I'm talking to you guys because of those two men who have influenced my life and put us on the right path.
Well, I want you to know that I personally have a beef against Bishop Nelson.
He always got a beef with
And I
somebody.
want to tell you what my beef was with him is that, as a person that loved the Lord, he would make me tired because he would shout. And I was trying to figure out how can he keep shouting
With all that energy.
the way he keeps shouting. And I'm like saying, I'm tired. I'm sitting down like, and he's still going. So, I just want to let him know.
Who does that at 70 and 80 years old? Only Uncle Floyd, Bishop Apostle Floyd E. Nelson. Only he could do it. The late great. I love him and I miss him dearly.
Okay, so I'm going to ask this question to start off the bat. You, your family, you guys are making amazing strides in the music, in the Christian industry, going not only just gospel, but CCM, international. Tell me, what's Thanksgiving dinner like? Because I've had some peek into your Thanksgiving dinner, but what's Thanksgiving dinner like with all that anointing?
You know what? We, believe it or not, when we come together for Thanksgiving, Andrew and Andrea and Bishop Brooks and Karen, they can all tell you when they come to Maryland pre-COVID, we usually if we don't get together for Thanksgiving, we all get together for Christmas. It's just how we are. Everybody comes together. And for us, I mean, it's spiritual. It's fun. The word is going to, somebody going to start talking about the word. It's not as much singing as it is more laughter and fun. Now, the one thing that we do every year, we're going to put out some dancing music and we're going to have some praise breaks. Now we're going to dance.
Yeah.
Yes. Just have a great time. I mean, it is some singing there, but I mean, it is, I don't know. We are a very, very close-knit family. So we're just spending time catching up, and let me tell y'all something now. Let me tell you something. It's going to be some good food in the midst of all of that, okay?
Oh, yes.
In the midst of all of that fellowship.
So let me ask you this. Have you and your brother and the family ever decided to do like a Nelson tour and just preaching, singing, everything?
So we did do a conference called the Full Nelson, and we have not thought about doing a tour, but because we're in this virtual space, our creative minds are thinking of a way to have a sense of impact. And I think y'all might all be all in our business right now. I don't even know if y'all prophetic or if y'all are just meddling this morning. I don't know what
Right.
y'all doing with us this
I
morning,
think
but
both.
we are going to do something for sure.
Okay.
Say it again.
Yeah, yeah, I got that, and I'm excited about it because both you and
His twin.
you say it's twin,
That's
huh?
his twin. They're
Yeah.
twins.
You guys are so uniquely special when you guys minister, and I think I find myself, loving you all both for different reasons. And I think
Hmm.
it's so amazing when you go out and that mantle is on both of you guys. And I want to say, I want to get them together just to see how much the spirit is going to move. Not that it's always going to move, but what's the next level when
Right.
it's like two, because it said one will put 1,000 to flight, but two will put 10,000 to
Oh
flight.
yeah.
That's what I'm looking at, when I'm thinking about this tour and this
Yes.
family with you all.
you you're going to experience when Jason and I, we don't do a whole lot of concerts or ministry together because we're in different locations or whatever, but when we do, it's just a synergy that you will experience. If I could just I know we're talking about other things, but if I could just take a moment and just give a little plug.
Hmm.
um, this upcoming Sunday I'm doing a virtual concert, and I want everybody to get tickets. www.jonathannelsonvirtualexperience.com. www.jonathannelsonvirtualexperience.com. And the reason why I brought that up is because, not that it's because of my promotions and it was coming up, but also you will see a piece of that synergy on Sunday at the
Yeah.
concert. I cannot reveal it. I can't tell you what's happening,
Right.
but you'll see a piece of the synergy. You'll see a piece of the brothers, just how we can just kind of flow and just intertwine. It's just a thing. I can't really explain it. It's a twin thing for me and Jason, but it's a brother thing. My dad and my uncle, they've always wanted us to do things together. And because our assignments have really taken us away from each other, there's still this kindred connection through family DNA, as my father says, but also through the assignment that God has placed on our lives.
So let me say this, and Robert, I want you to go this question. Team members, put up that information once again so everybody can get it and can get tickets. Shout it out again so we'll can put it up in the feed.
Sure. www.jonathannelsonvirtualexperience.com. And I failed to say it's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you can get a choice to go to either concert. You want to go to the 7 o'clock showing or the 9 o'clock showing.
Hmm.
And we tried to find time frames that will be palatable to our people internationally, as well as people. So obviously you guys are on the West Coast. So we wanted to make sure that
Right.
we were able to reach everybody at the same time at some point.
Right.
Now, is there VIP tickets to this too?
Actually, it is. Yes,
Good.
yes.
All right.
Everybody's going to have VIP tickets you can buy because you'll be able to have a front row seat right from your computer.
There you
Right.
go.
Right. Now, my question to you is, what pivotal experience or moment really assured you that this is what you should be doing, the gospel of Jesus Christ, professionally?
When I came out of my mom's womb, I mean, I don't know, Dad being a preacher, we didn't have a choice. He said, as for me and my house, we will.
Serve the
That was
Lord.
it. It was nothing else. But no, I was saying that in jest, but um, I'm probably around 99, 2000. I met Karen Clark Sheard. We had a conference called World Assemblies of Restoration. And she was our special guest artist. Long story short, I assembled just a team of people to do background for her. That team is Purpose now, right?
Mhm.
We met Donald Lawrence, and he said, "You guys are special. You need to keep this together. You need to keep this group together." So we stayed and we remained as such. I lost my job, and when I lost my job, I hadn't written any music. And Donald was talking to me. We went to one of his recordings. I think it was "Go Get Your Life Back." I think it was that record.
Mhm.
And Jason and I, the Lord just started dropping songs, and we started writing, and I recorded material. And I think probably really it hit me when Donald recorded "Healed."
Yes.
I wrote that song, and
Mhm.
when he recorded it, I think that the light bulb really turned on that this is a gift
Mhm.
that God has really given me. When Donald recorded that, do you know how huge that was for me?
Oh, it was a big
Donald
thing.
Lawrence recorded one of my songs.
Yes, because you guys did it
So
on
that
Bobby
really was
Jones.
a moment.
You guys sung it on Bobby Jones
Say it again.
as Purpose. Purpose sung it on
Right.
Bobby Jones.
Oh man, you're taking me back. Yes, we sure did. Yes.
And
And after that, we sang it because that was our we going back, right? And then after that, Donald heard it and he said, Jonathan, he calls me Johnny, it's my nickname.
Right.
He says, Johnny, you gotta let me record this. I'm like, you're Donald Lawrence. I mean, like, what else is there to say?
Right.
So anyway, I think those moments intertwined made me know that this is what I'm excited about doing, but this is what I'm called to do.
oh yes, let's talk about your reunion because this concert
Yes.
is centered a lot around your reunion group. Let's talk about that.
So, of course, the beginning, I just gave it to you how we came together.
Mm-hmm.
So over time, we just started doing other things. I kind of did like a solo thing, and like I did like a Jonathan Nelson 2.0, if that makes any sense. I started developing a younger crew. So my last 2 records is with my younger crew. So I have 2 different entities that I'm working with. I feel like when God gives you a purpose, pun intended, when he gives me a group, he gave me, so these people, we grew up together. But then you got Donald Lawrence says this, he says, we become to help others become. So I started pouring into another group. And so now I got 2 different entities. Anyway, so we kind of broke off and started doing our own things. One of my singers, she's the JJ Harrison's manager. She does work with Travis Green. Some of my singers are worship pastors and worship leaders. Another group, they do background singing for Miranda Curtis and Vashawn Mitchell and many other people. So everybody's kind of like started doing stuff in the music business and whatnot, right? So this year makes 20 years that we have officially been together from the moment we connected with Donald. So that's why this year is so pivotal. We recorded the record 3 years ago in October, and now we're releasing 3 years later, 20 years later in October. So it's just like God just aligned. People say the stars and the universe. I'm saying God in his infinite wisdom aligned it to be so. So this is the Purpose reunion weekend.
The purpose. That word.
So I'm gonna get down to some things that folks want to know just to get a little background on you. So you grew up as a twin. Of the twins, who was the most mischievous?
The screen is stuck.
No, it ain't stuck. It ain't stuck. Don't you even try.
See that
was a good one. I'm gonna use that one.
Okay. Now the next question, because you answered that.
So did I answer the question?
Yes, you did. You answered.
Now here's the next thing. When things went down in the community or at the church, which one would sing the song "Try Jesus but Don't Try Me"?
Probably both of us.
Okay.
We're from Baltimore, so you know Baltimoreans, we have a sense of
roughneck,
clapback. Sometimes.
Okay. They got a little roughneck.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask this question.
It's a little side in there for sure.
Right, I know for sure.
So you and your brother is in the kitchen. Who's the best cook, and what would you cook?
It's gonna be Jason because I don't know how to cook anything. But other than I might be able to cook some eggs and bacon.
Right.
Jason can make breakfast, and he can really cook either. So he can have that one because y'all listen. Oodles and noodles. God bless. Thank you. Thank God for them.
But be honest. Yeah. See, he's honest. God could use him because he's honest.
And my last question. And watch this. This is the last question. Out of between you and your brother, who was your mother's favorite?
Oh, definitely me.
Of course. He's everybody's favorite. Let him tell it.
So man, it's fun.
It's kind of like, no, I'm her favorite a little bit, you know.
It's always fun talking to artists such as yourself because everybody sees your anointing and your mantle, but we love for them to see the fun side of you because that to me is what's drawing our young people today is that you're just every day you got the hoodie on with the baseball hat with your name across your chest and everything and Purpose reunion. You feel what I'm saying?
He's Baltimore.
Reunion weekend, come on.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so the young people are like, oh, we could get with that. We could go to the concert. So let me ask you this question. What is your strategy towards reaching this generation?
Okay, so now I'm aging myself after you just said the young people. So in my 40s, my son is this year he's going to be 21 years old. And my son, of course, y'all know he was raised in church, but my son, he wants to be a rapper and, you know, all that kind of stuff, you know, and I'm trying to let him find his path. But I got to speak to him. My daughter's 13. I got to speak to him. You know, Andrew and Drea. Um, okay, so technically they are my cousins.
Yes,
but
right.
they were raised as my nieces
and
and
nephew.
my nephew, my niece and nephew, because they were so young. And so I think about them. My oldest niece in the family, I think she's 28. So I got to reach her. And so when I think about music, when I think about my approach, my dad has always told me, don't forget about the older generation, which is him.
Yes.
My grandmother's 102 years old.
Wow.
So I'm saying all of to say, I try to be intergenerational in my approach, period.
Right.
In my relationship to young people, I want to know their lingo. What's in, what's hip.
Right.
I got to know IG. I got to know TikTok.
Right.
I got to know Snapchat. I don't
Right.
really like Snapchat, but
Right.
you got to know these things. You can't be disconnected. And then this attire, this is me. I'm not. It's not a put on. I mean, I prefer to dress like this than any other. I could dress like this every day.
Right.
You know, I think that this helps to be relatable. And then even in my conversation, you know, if you're trying to reach young people, you can't be browbeating and come to Jesus now and get baptized and get filled with the whole, you know, it takes conversation. It takes energy like this to create synergy so that you can create an impact.
Right.
And so for me, I try to listen to them, but I also am very instructional and mentoring in my style. And it really is just beginning to work. Plus the music attached
Right.
helps to make me palatable to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I have one last question.
Sure, I'm good.
If you could change anything about the music industry, what would it be and why?
Now this is probably a little old school of me. I liked when we not necessarily CD the product. I liked when we were able to listen to the full body of work. Um, I respect iTunes and all of the digital streaming. I mean, I love it, right? But I wish that we wouldn't be so one song related, but project related.
Yes, sir.
Because if you would go back, now I'm aging us, you go back and listen to the Thompson Community Singers, Milton Brunson, you go back and listen to the Winans, you go back and listen to Clark Sisters,
Yes.
and, you know, just all of that, Ricky Dillard, Donald Lawrence,
Right.
Hezekiah Walker. We listened to the entire body of work.
Yes.
So you didn't just know one song, you knew all of them. So Fred Hammond, Pages of Life, is an incredible record.
Yes.
It's like you listen to everything. I think that's the one thing that I would change. I would change to going back to you digesting the full body of work versus just focusing on one song.
I would like to ask, my final question to you would be that in this time of social unrest, as well as us going through the COVID, what would be the message that you would give to the world today? We're in 21 countries, over 20,000 people subscribe to our station. Tell us, what would that be?
Okay, so I think a couple of things, if I can answer just slightly longer. I think that we need to be cognizant of our surroundings, health-wise. If you got to wear your mask, social distancing, all of those things, I think that we need to make sure that we're responsible in that way. At my church, we do, you know, COVID testing. As a matter of fact, it's mandatory for those that are actively working. I think that we should pay attention to like the health guidelines, right? But I think that from a creative perspective, from a kingdom perspective, I think this is a great time for us to create, for us to produce, for us to focus, reset, retool, reconfigure our brand, or what it is that God is calling us to do. I think that God has given us a moment to breathe, to catch our breath, to reset, to sabbat, so to speak. You know, if you don't take advantage of that, and if you don't take advantage of this season to come up with something creative, I think that you will be lost in this time. I think you're going to miss something that you should be doing. There are people that you're supposed to affect. There are things that you're supposed to be doing. Hence the song Manifest. That song, it speaks to the purpose on the inside of people for you to bring forth what God has called you to do and called you to be. That is, I think, the underlining theme for me for this pandemic.
Amen. Now, you have a whole body of work, so we're going to actually try to see if we could play the song that you would like to feature today? You know, I'm getting ready. I'm loading them in. So you tell me the song, and I'm gonna try to get it up, and we're gonna let the world hear the song that you have
You got the
chosen.
do you have the brand new CD?
We have everything that you need, sir.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So y'all, let me just say this. I just want to make this announcement that today is release day for the reunion of Jonathan Nelson and Purpose. And I just want to let everybody know, go to your any digital media outlet to download. But let's go to Manifest. I think Manifest is the song for this season.
And how can your fans follow you?
So again, www.jonathannelsonvirtualexperience.com to get your tickets for the concert, but also at Jonathan Nelson Music. That is my Facebook and that is my Instagram, Jonathan Nelson Music.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. I have Manifest Reprise. Is that different?
The Manifest Reprise, that really is more of a ministry moment.
Okay, hold on. Let me find your Manifest. You know, you done put one up on me. I got the whole album up here, and it's like sitting up here like Reprise. I'm like saying, but where is Manifest? This is live radio, so everybody expects us to have a good time, and we never get frazzled because we know God is in control of everything, and so we're gonna find this right here. And any last statements?
My last statements first. Let me just say thank you for having me. I never take it for granted.
Thank you.
Any opportunity to share, I'm truly grateful. Thank you guys. And then again, everybody, please download. Today is release day. Help me go #1. I need your support.
Yes.
The music, the songs. I pray that it'll be a blessing to you. Jonathan Nelson featuring Purpose, the reunion. Get your tickets to come to the virtual experience on Sunday, 7 and 9 p.m. And guys, thank you so much for having me. And I pray that everybody will manifest and they will become what God has created and designed them to be.
Now, I do have to tease you because our program director is on, and she says to us, "Oh no, it's in the release folder already. Just go ahead and go over to there." And I'm like sitting up here like, okay, well you should have told me sooner, so I would have had.
Go to the release folder. Just go to the release folder. Just do what you're told to do. I don't know why you didn't go to the release folder.
And I'm looking at the release folder, and I'm like sitting up here like, how you gonna just tell me right online that we got it in the release folder? And I'm looking for it. I'm like saying, okay, and you know what? There it goes. So, ladies and gentlemen, here you go. Our friend, the brother, right here, Jonathan Nelson. This is Manifest, right here on GODRadio1.com.
.com.
Inside of you, there's purpose.